Here's the thing nobody tells you about bed adhesion. It's a two-way problem. You need the print to grip hard while it's printing, and then let go when it's done, and most stock beds fail at one or the other. So people crank the bed temp, slow the first layer, re-level 5 times a week, when the actual fix is usually a $20 surface or a $6 glue stick. I'm going to walk through 4 options, from full plate swaps to the cheap stuff, and tell you which one fits which filament and which ones you can skip. Start with the Wham Bam Flexible Build Plate System, which runs about $25 to $45 depending on the size. It's a magnetic base that sticks to your existing bed, plus a spring steel sheet with a PX coating on top. The whole trick is in the flex. When the print finishes, you pull the sheet off, give it a bend, and the part pops into your hand. No scraper, no chisel marks on the bottom of your print. Adhesion while printing is noticeably more dependable than bare glass for most everyday filaments, and the plate itself lasts for years. 2 honest caveats. First, sizing matters, so measure your bed and order the exact match, because a plate that overhangs or falls short is a headache. Second, the PX coating is the wear item. Print on the same spot every day and you'll eventually see a dull patch. It's not a defect, it's just how coated plates age. If you've got an Ender or one of its clones, the Creality PI spring steel plate is probably the single best value on this list at $18 to $30. Textured PI is the surface most of the hobby has settled on for a reason. It grips PLA and PETG hard while the bed is hot, and once it cools, the bond just lets go on its own. Sometimes the print is sitting loose on the plate before you even flex it. You also get that matte, textured bottom finish, which honestly looks better than glossy glass on most parts. The trade-off, and it's a real one, PETG can bond to PI a little too well. If you print hot PETG straight onto fresh PI, you can rip the coating when you remove the part. A thin swipe of glue stick as a release layer solves it. And same warning as before, check your bed size. This is a direct fit for Ender-class machines. Magigo is where you go when the problem isn't the plate, it's the filament. It's a glue pen, around $18 to $25, and the formula is genuinely clever. It bonds hard at printing temperature, then releases its grip as the bed cools back down. That's exactly the behavior you want when you're fighting warping, which is the classic failure mode with ABS, PETG, and big flat PLA parts that peel up at the corners overnight. You wipe it on, print, and the part comes off clean without residue caked on the bed. It works across a bunch of different surfaces too, glass, PI, whatever you're running. Who should skip it? If you're printing small PLA parts on a decent PI plate, this is solving a problem you don't have. It's also a consumable, so it does run out, and Magigo sells separate per material versions, so make sure the original formula covers what you actually print. And then there's the humble purple glue stick, $6 to $12, and it earns its spot here doing 2 completely different jobs. Job 1 is the obvious one. A thin layer boosts first layer grip on a stubborn bed, and for a beginner fighting adhesion, it's the cheapest possible experiment. Job 2 is the one people miss. On glass, PETG doesn't just stick, it can chemically bond and pull chips out of the surface when you remove the part. A layer of glue stick sits between them as a sacrificial release layer, and that alone can save a bed. The purple disappearing kind is nice because you can see your coverage while it's wet. It washes off with plain water, and one stick lasts a very long time. Downsides are small but real. You'll reapply every handful of prints. It can gum up if you layer it thick, and on a good PI surface printing PLA, you simply don't need it. So here's how it shakes out. Flex plate if you're done scraping. The Creality PI sheet if you own an Ender and want the biggest upgrade per dollar. Magigo if warping is ruining your PETG and ABS. And a purple glue stick in the drawer no matter what, especially if there's glass involved. None of these fix a badly leveled bed, so get your first layer dialed before you blame the surface. Links to all 4 are in the description. Check current prices there since they move around. If this saved you a failed print, subscribe.